you want to know what we should take away from this first 9 weeks of this season, what we need to continue doing throughout the rest of this season after these first 9 weeks, it's this right here. The NFL leaders in turnover differential through week 9. So that's how many turnovers you get, and then they subtract how many turnovers you give. So obviously, like an interception, a fumble, you get minus. So let's say we have 0 turnovers period on our defense. Well, then it would be, obviously we throw 2 interceptions, -2. We throw 5 interceptions, -5. This is why we are so successful as a team. We lead the NFL in turnover differential. Like, how do you win a game? You get turnovers. You give your offense the ball, and even with the offense struggling throughout the year, it does not matter. We still get turnovers. We're still allowing teams not to score. And this is a little bit of the bend don't break mentality, right? We give up yards, they go down the field on us, and then we get a turnover. Last week, Dalton Kincaid, bam, punches the ball out of his hands when they're in our red zone. Go to the week before that, the 49ers game, Jermaine Pratt, interception in the red zone. Go before that, we get a turnover on downs twice against the Seahawks in the red zone. Those are situational football where, at the end of the day, the stat sheet might not show it, but that's how amazing this defense truly is. And when you look at how great this defense with Logan Wilson, who leads linebackers in interceptions, obviously Jermaine Pratt has an interception. He had a forced fumble last week. This is what we need to continue throughout the rest of the season, is that stat right there. And I say lead, we actually are tied with the Chargers right now at +9 when it comes to, turnover differential. And that is truly amazing, right? Because, again, credit goes where credit is deserved. Lou Anarumo, the mad scientist, man, he's causing mayhem here, which is amazing. With a win on Sundays, the Dallas Cowboys will have 12 straight games at home. The last 3 head coaches to oversee 12 straight games. Okay, so he's just talking about the last 3 oversee 12 games. Okay, so he's just talking about that. Okay, so he's just going on about the other stats. And again, shout out here to RG. I know how to say your last name, but manager and editor of the Chief of Blogging the Boys, covering the Dallas Cowboys and all that kind of good stuff. So he's posting it obviously because he's a Cowboys fan. Oh, a Cowboys reporter, which, I respect. But at the end of the day, this is just insanity. Because, again, this is how you beat the best teams. And you look at that 49ers game, that's how we beat them. That interception by Jermaine Pratt was the key play when you look back and say, okay, what was the one play you could say that 49ers game that really changed the whole momentum factor of that game? That interception. The Bills game, the fumble by Jermaine Pratt, right? So, absolutely amazing. So I want to make a video about this today because, again, like I said, we've talked so many times over the last, couple weeks, pretty much year now, about how great this defense truly is. And it's just, they're putting up record numbers. And I know we don't get talked about as much as, the other defenses in our division. And the thing that sucks is our division is so freaking good. Obviously, the Browns are the best defense, right? Then you go the Steelers. Then you go us. Then you go the Ravens. That's kind of how people rank them. I think I know it's not the popular opinion. I think we have the best defense in our division. And with how good our division is, everyone, talks about the other guys. And I mean, look, Steelers are +8, right? The Ravens are +1. We're +9. The Browns actually are not plus, and I think that's just because, they turn the ball over way too much. But even then, 3 of the 4 AFC North teams are plus in the turnover differential. So that's why, the Steelers are so good that sometimes it overshadows, how good our defense is. If we played, in the AFC South, I think we'd hear a lot more about how great our defense truly is, right? Because it would be like, oh, well, that defense looks amazing. But when you play in a division full of all juggernauts with the Ravens, the Steelers, the Browns, and us, it kind of gets overshadowed. But this defense wins championships, right? Defense wins championships. we're going to need a couple of championships, so this defense needs to kind of stick around. And after the season's over, I mean, who are we potentially losing, right? Potentially, we would be losing. Cheeto is on contract year. We might not be able to bring him back. Mike Hilton has another year. Obviously, DJ Reader is huge. He's right now on contract. And other than that, no one else really on defense we would be losing. So this defense, for the most part, if we bring back DJ Reader, it's going to be the same exact defense next year. Which is, not what we can truly say about offense, with potentially losing T. Higgins. So to have our defense back, the same exact defense, the real kicker, though, is going to be bringing back Lou. Because I'm not sure what the contract we signed him to was. And I can actually look that real fast. I'm not sure if they just signed him to like a 1-year deal and brought him back. Let me see. Lou Anarumo's contract. How many years did we sign him? I don't know if it's going to tell me what his contract actually is. Because we brought him back this offseason. And that's obviously after potentially he was going to leave us and go to the not Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Colts. No, the Cardinals, not the Colts, sorry, the Cardinals. Dan Pitcher was going to the Colts. Brian Callahan was going to the Bucs. I don't know if we have exactly what his contract he signed back with us was. But again, like I said, eventually he's going to leave us. I mean, that's just how it is. He's going to eventually go and get a head coaching job somewhere. And, all power to him. It's all power to him at this point. He deserves to go get paid big, crazy money somewhere else as a head coach. And, he has proven day in and day out he's one of the best in the game. So I'm hoping, I'm going to guess it's a 1-year contract because there's no actual information about it. But if it is a 1-year contract, man, I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping. Because you go look at around the NFL, and there's a lot of teams that are going to be firing their head coaches. Washington Commanders, they're going to be firing Ron Rivera. You just go down the list there. The Titans might fire their head coach. Like, the only good thing is, with all the coaches who are going to be fired and then, obviously free vacant spots, there are also a lot of coaches then on the market for other teams to pick up. But when you look at this team where we're probably going to go win the Super Bowl this year and Lou's going to be a part of that Super Bowl roster, you already know how, coaches think. It's a copycat league. If the coach is available who just won the Super Bowl, that's the first thing teams are going to target because they want to get that Super Bowl too. So, Lou, please stay with us, man. Please stay with us because we just got Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt under contract for a long time. Well, for the foreseeable future. Trey Henderson too. Like, we need to keep Lou at this point. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.